Hi everybody, it's Crystal. I hope everybody is doing well and staying safe. Welcome to my channel, Bagoday Crochet, where we talk about anything that has to do with yarn or crochet and sometimes knit. So I'm going to do a new video that I never really done anything like this before. This is going to be kind of like show you some things, you know, like a vlog, I guess. Because I always say, in order for me to develop new content for my channel, I just got to try it once. And if it bombs, it bombs. I won't do it again. And if people like it, well, then I'll continue to do it. So, it's my first time. It's my first, like, vlog, kind of, I guess. So, anyway, so I'm just going to tell you about some things that maybe what I got going on and what I've done recently as far as YouTube goes. So, tutorial wise, my past couple tutorials, hopefully that you guys have seen my swancho, or I think that's what they call them, the poncho with the sleeves. Did you guys see that? And then I had the hat, which was a previous tutorial. I have it linked up as well, to match. So if you guys have not checked it out, it's actually doing pretty well on my channels. You know, for a tutorial, they don't always do that great, but and it's actually pretty nice. And if you go to I'll link it below. You can adjust it. You know, ponchos are really easy to adjust, and I tell you how to adjust the sleeves and whatnot. And this was made with loops and threads, impeccable tweed that I bought at Michael's on video. And I said, right when I see it, I said, I'm gonna make a poncho with that. And I didn't know at the time I was gonna make sleeves on it, but I'm glad that I did because everybody seems to like it. So if you haven't seen this yet, please check that out. My latest tutorial, well, today is 11/15/2022. I put on yesterday, actually, at the the 4th, is this hat here, and I have a scarf as well. I didn't make the scarf because I wouldn't wear it, but I do show you in the video how to work this exact same pattern back and forth in rows versus the round, so you can make your scarf. And I tell you how much yardage and everything you would need to do that. But this is also made with loops and threads, impeccable tweed that I purchased on the same Michael strip. And I said, I picked up one and said I was going to make a hat. And then I said, well, I'll just go ahead and get 3 in case I decided to make the scarf. Well, I did just make the hat, but I do tell you how to make the scarf. So I think it turned out quite nice. We got these are all front post stitches here, and at the top in here we have like, it's got multiple names. It's actually a houndstooth if you do it in 2 colors. Linen stitch, I think, or lemon peel. It's got a bunch of different names. Tons of them. Tons of names. This stitch has more names than any other stitch that I know of. It's just a single crochet, double crochet, repeat. So, yeah, but it turned out nice on the hat. I like it a lot, so I'll be wearing that. Okay, so those are my last 2 tutorials that I put on. Now what I have in the works is, like I said, today's 11/5/2022. It's late though, so it might be the 6th by the time this gets put on. But anyways, my next tutorial, which will be really soon, is going to be a shawl. It's made out of the Stinley muffin, the muffin dots or something. I forgot what it's called. The real sparkly Stinley that I loved. And I showed some people on Facebook, and the orange and the gold color that I like, in brown. Anyway, so that's going to be the next tutorial that's coming up. So it'll be a shawl. And then I'm going to start on a blanket. I did do an unboxing of this yarn from Hirschner's Christmas. It's going to be throw. It's just a throw. Christmas throw. So that will be coming up as well. Tutorial. Yes, I will have a tutorial for the shawl and the blanket when it's finished. I already know what stitch I'm going to use for this, so I just got to get it started. Get that finished. So this is the Hirschner striped. It's actually pretty nice yarn. It's a lot softer for some reason than their worsted 8. Although it's the same yarn, it's just a 12-ounce one. But the collar is called Very Merry. So even though it is a short striped yarn, you know, I'm not a huge fan of variegated. I think I picked out a stitch that I hope that's going to work okay with it. So that'll be coming up. And I'm also going to be doing a Christmas shawl. Now, the shawl I got coming out next is not a Christmas shawl, but I'm going to be making a Christmas shawl. I initially was going to make it out of a Stinley yarn that I had recently purchased, but I decided to use this that I got from the Waltram yarns on Etsy. So I just thought I liked them both. It was a toss-up between this and Stinley, and I thought, since, let's see, I'm putting out my next tutorial is going to be a Stinley shawl. That'll be my second Stinley shawl. I'd go ahead and use this one, and it's beautiful. So I'm going to have this done before Christmas as well. So I'll have the Christmas shawl, Christmas blanket, and the other shawl, which is not Christmas at all, coming out. I also have another thing here that it's been sitting here for a long time. For a while, I haven't finished it. So this is going to be a cardigan, actually. But I'll tell you the truth. It's so busy. I don't know. It's so busy. So this was made with Keith from Yarn Snob Yarns. Remember, he made this crystal yarn for me. Now, I love this yarn. It's absolutely gorgeous. But I don't know. I think I think the stitch it's so made it so busy. What do you think? It's a crossover stitch. You see that? Now, I'm not saying that I don't like it. I do. I love it. And I will finish it. I have, this is back panel. The two front panels are made. And then I just got to put the sleeves on it and a collar or what, or a, you know, something like this up around it. And some buttons. And then it'll be finished. But I don't know. I just don't know if it's anything I'll wear myself because it's so busy. It just looks like, I mean, I love the yarn, I do. I just think that I chose the wrong stitch for it. And I always say that if you choose the wrong stitch for a beautiful yarn, you're going to ruin the yarn. And I think that's what I did with this. And then if you choose the wrong yarn for a stitch, you know, a beautiful stitch, you're going to ruin the stitch. So they got to work. I always say that the stitch in the yarn has to work in harmony. So, yeah, I really think that I chose the wrong one for this yarn. I could pull it out. I could. Because I want to be able to wear it as it stands. Like I said, it's not that I don't like it. I do. It's just, I think it's just the wrong stitch for the yarn. I should have did a more simple stitch, you know, not a crossover. Something very simple, moss stitch or something, I think would have been better. It's pretty camouflage looking now. It's just, I don't know if I would even, it's pretty, I guess. You guys can let me know your thoughts on that. Whether I should finish it up, add the sleeves, or rip it out. I ripped out plenty, so it wouldn't bother me to do that. Because I want to be able to wear it. But I want to make sure that I get the right stitch for it. Alright, so that will be coming up, but I don't know when. Okay, I'm also working on a crochet along, because when my last live stream, actually my last couple live streams, I had a lot of people ask if I would do another crochet along, and I will, but I do not know when I'll be able to have it done. I'm going to be doing a throw, but it's going to be a stitch sampler throw, but it's not going to be squares. It's going to be back and forth rows of different stitches. So that will be a crochet along, but that might not come till maybe the beginning of next year, which isn't too far away actually. So I need to I want to have it finished before I release the videos, because it'll take me a little bit of time to work up all the different stitches, you know, mathematically, to make sure they all, you know, work out right. I don't know how much yarn you'll need, but you can use any colors that you want. I'll probably be using like Premier Basic, probably in a bunch of different colors, I would imagine. Rainbow colors or something, more than likely, is what I'll do. But, you know, that's just in the beginning steps. So, I don't have all the yarn up for it yet. So, but I have kind of been thinking about what stitches I want to use. I'm not sure how many I'm going to incorporate in it. I try, I guess, to incorporate as many as I can, but I'm not really sure how thick of a stripe row I want for each stitch. I'll think about it. Hopefully it works all out in harmony. Like it's supposed to, right? Okay. Oh, I also wanted to show you this sweater I got off eBay. It's really cool. So I was looking on eBay, and I love vintage stuff a lot, right? And I saw this sweater, and the person said it was from the 60s, and it's knitted and hand knitted. And I thought it was really cool. See, it's white. So I got it, and I think I paid like, man, I didn't pay very much at all for it, like maybe $15 for it. And there's not a thing wrong with it. And it fits me fine. But you know what's neat? And I really think this is a unique piece. I love it even more now that I got it. I'll tell you what's so cool about it. So when I saw in the picture, I assumed that it was just an all white knitted sweater, you know, and it has a neat stitch pattern and some really old buttons on it and stuff. Now when I got it here, I washed it. And I got it out of wash, you know, laid it out to dry. I washed it actually. I usually hand wash everything, but I washed it by itself in my washing machine on the hand wash cycle, and then I laid it out to dry because I wanted to make sure it got good and clean, because, you know, it had been around since the 60s, and I'll tell you what, the water looked like chocolate milk. Anyways, so I did get it clean. I did a double rinse, and it became even whiter. And then I got to looking at it, and I noticed something that I couldn't see in the picture, maybe because it was dirty, I don't know, or I just couldn't see it at all. But it's made out of about 3 or 4 different colors of white yarn. So I'm not certain if the person that made it was using scrap yarn, like maybe she didn't have a lot of yarn, or he or she didn't have a lot of yarn, and they were just using what they had, and they patched it together. So when I first brought it out of the washer, I'm like, that has a pink tint to it. I don't know if you can see it, but it's actually 2 different colors of yarn. This one, it right here is where she started a new color, and I know right off what this is. This is the Caron Dazzle Air yarn. I can tell by looking at it, and it has like a shiny pink tint to it, very light. But it's different than what's right down here. And it's different than what's here. And you know what else is neat? There's another color in it. I think there's 4 colors in it, if I remember. Yes, this here is actually off-white. And over on the other side is a bright white. Down here at the bottom is a brighter white. I guess you can't really see it in the video. Maybe if I could, I just wish I could show you up close more. And then there's more of the Dazzle Air yarn up here at the top, and then a little bit more on the sleeve. Now I don't think that it's just patched up. It's not like one sleeve has the same color as the other. They're different. It's like they put it in different spots. So I'm thinking maybe they just used what they had at the time to make this, because part of the collar is two different colors as well. And I think that is so super cool and unique. You know, I don't really know if that's what happened, because it's such an old vintage sweater, and like I said, it's got about 4 different colors of yarn in it, I think. All you know, in the white family, either off-white or that pinkish Dazzle Air white. It's like a really light pink, but it's shiny. And then there's a bright white, and then another white. But anyways, it's just patched together in different spots. And I don't know if that was done intentionally, or maybe they just didn't have, you know, they were scrapping it up, you know. But I think when I pulled that out of the washer and I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's the coolest thing ever. It's like it makes you think about the person who knit it. I wonder if maybe they just didn't have, maybe they were just using up their whites, you know, or whatever looked like kind of white. Maybe they didn't have a lot of money and they used what they had. Or maybe they were like, I'm going to be artistic with it and I'm going to make it like this. It makes you wonder what, you know, all the scenarios that could have happened. But I love it even more now that I've seen all the different colors of white that are in it, and that I got it clean. and that it fits me. And I love the thought of just wondering, you know, what the person was thinking when they were knitting it with all those different yarns, and it came together. This is one unique piece, and I will cherish it forever. It will never leave me. I will always keep it and wear it occasionally. It is old. I don't want to tear it up, but I will wear it occasionally. All right, one other thing I wanted to show you before I go, because I don't want to make my video too long. I don't want my first, I don't know if this is what you call a vlog, but whatever. I'm just talking stuff with you to be too long. When I went to Michael's last time, I don't know if you guys watched it or not, I was looking for Karen red velvet cakes, right? The Karen red velvet. And they went in the back and they got me some. And I didn't think much of it at the time, right? And then someone in the comments said that it was missing the white. And I read the person's comment, and I'm like, I don't know. And even my husband said in the video, he goes, that doesn't look like red velvet cake. It should have, you're thinking it would have white or something in it. Well, anyways, I seen that person's comment, and then I remembered my husband saying that, and I was thinking, maybe it was supposed to have white. And I remember that I used this for a tutorial one time. So I went on my computer and I looked up my old tutorials and I found it. And yes, it was supposed to have white. Every cake that she gave me, none of them had white. They look like this. I don't know if they changed them or if I just got a bad batch. It's not that I don't like this. It's beautiful. I do. But my good friend Rose from Rose Likes Crochet said she had some old red velvet Karen cakes, and she kindly sent them to me. Thank you very much, Rose. You guys check her out if you have not. And here are the old ones. So you see that white in it? Yes. So I do love them both, but I did want them, now that when I thought about it, it is supposed to have white. I looked it up, on my old video. I'm like, yes, it's what's going on. Did they change it, or did I just get a bad batch? So have you guys seen these recently in your store, the red velvet regular Karen cakes? Did they have white in them? Did I get a bad batch, or did they change them and eliminate the white? Because they should not have eliminated the white. I think it looks better with the white. But I do think this is gorgeous. I love it. But you could definitely see a difference in it. There's this, it's like they added a light gray instead of white. That's what they did different, I guess. I don't know. But I do like this one better. But I think this is unique and gorgeous. And if I just got a bad batch, I mean, cool. I got something unique and gorgeous that it's unique. But anyways, all right. I'm going to go. Thank you again to Rose for sending me the OG red velvet Karen cakes. I have a project for this in mind that I'm going to use, and yes, I do want it to incorporate the white, so I'll be using these. Let me know if you've seen any of the new red velvet Karen cakes, either at your Michael's or if you bought them, if they had the white in them or if they just had that light gray in them. Because I don't know if mine was just a fluke or whatnot. So anyways, I'm going to go. So this was fun. It was fun talking to you about some things that was happening and what I did, what's going to be going on. Showing you the sweater and whatnot. So, hey, if the vlog does well, I'll do it again. If it flops and no one watches it, I won't do it again. But that's the only way I'll know and find out. All right. I'll see you guys on my next video. All right. Whatever that might be. Take care. Bye, guys.